Sometimes to figure out what it's, I don't think they're not on a dock, right? I mean, is that a road that's filled? Where are they? On the water? They must be on the water. They must be on the water because there's too much water out there. But there were reports around Hot Springs area of baseball-sized hail. This is not baseball-sized hail, but, you know, not all hail is exactly the same coming out of a storm cloud. So, oh, gosh, what a mess out there. All right, so more storms actually firing right now in Arkansas. We're also tracking storms farther south that have been moving from western Louisiana east. So let's check back in with meteorologist Mike Seidel in Ruston, Louisiana. How have things changed there, Mike?
Jen, we're sitting here in Ruston now. We're about 60 miles due east on I-20 from Shreveport, and we're threading the needle right now. We've got two storms approaching. One is off to our north and northwest. You can see some sunshine, some blue sky looking almost due west down Interstate 20. And then to the left there, a little south and west of us, that's that cell we've been talking about, had a tornado warning. That expired just a moment ago. It doesn't look like they've extended that. Dr. Forbes just mentioned the rotation had weakened, and as far as I can tell here on my radar, they have not extended it, but there is a severe thunderstorm warning. If you're in the Ringgold, Heflin area, watch out next 45 minutes or so. That storm is moving your way. And now we're looking up, and you can see some mammatus clouds right over us here in Ruston, right over Interstate 20. Little pockets of cool air kind of sinking and causing those little pockets of clouds to come down, and that's why we've got those here, the mammatus clouds. We've seen some of those too around Fort Smith, Arkansas. So we're going to follow the radar for the next couple of hours. We're under a tornado watch here all the way to the Mississippi River till midnight central. Now again, as these storms move from west to east and clear a specific area like Shreveport, then they'll chop that watch back, because once the dry line, the front moves on through, we'll lose our instability. So Jen, we're watching one storm that way, one storm south-southwest, the one with a warning near Shreveport, and we're going to get some sunshine here. We may have a pretty nice sunset here in Ruston in the next hour or so. Jen, back to you.
I'm admiring that behind you, Mike. That is quite the sunset. All right, so for now, Mike is in a safe spot, and we want to make sure that you and your family stay safe as well as these storms threaten. If you find yourself under a tornado warning and you're in a home with a basement, you want to avoid windows and get into the basement. Get yourself under some kind of sturdy protection. Maybe cover yourself with a thick blanket or sleeping bag. And if you have a helmet, you should put that on.
I always dreamed of coming here. When my asthma symptoms returned, my doctor prescribed Dulera to help prevent them.
Dulera is for patients 12 and older whose asthma is not well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Dulera will not replace a rescue inhaler for sudden symptoms.
A 6-month clinical study has shown Dulera helps significantly improve lung function.
Dulera contains formoterol, which increases the risk of death from asthma problems and may increase the risk of hospitalization in children and adolescents. Dulera is not for people whose asthma is well controlled with a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Prescribe a different asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Do not take Dulera more than prescribed. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Ask your doctor about Dulera.
We have a tornado on the ground. It's moving. We know you can't control the weather.
That's looking good.
So we build things to harness it.
That's awesome.
They hit the water. Game on.
Up here in Southeast Alaska, the Coast Guard's last line of defense.
This is about how far you can push yourself.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 74. Monday, heavy thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 90%. Monday night, thunderstorms early. Low 73. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
She's here.
Is that her?
No, Valerie said she's driving a Buick.
Sure doesn't look like a Buick.
Buick.
Take a fresh look at Buick. It just might surprise you.
I'm outside. Where are you?
I'm right here. I'm in the Buick.
I don't see a Buick.
That's not a Buick. That's what I told him.
Wow. This is
nice.
Now get sign and drive leases across the entire 2015 Buick lineup. Like this Buick Encore for around $199 per month on vehicles in stock the longest.
Say that word again.
Xfinity sales professionals are always on the go, meeting new people every day. They're helping families get the latest Xfinity products and services. And they're making customers happy. Jumpstart your career with the best sales training in the industry. Great benefits like discounts on your own Xfinity services and the potential for high earnings. Have what it takes? Apply today and see what doors open for you.
Skin's ability to retain moisture weakens with age. New Gold Bond Strength and Resilience has skin-plumping moisturizers and proteins from the Resurrection Plant to bring skin back to life. 84% saw an improvement in skin texture in 5 days. Gold Bond Strength and Resilience.
Living with diabetes, it's really important for me to take care of my skin. It's a schedule. It's must do every day.
Gold Bond Diabetics Dry Skin Relief. 9 out of 10 saw noticeable improvement in just 1 hour. Dry skin is under control.
Gold Bond really works.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
and it just hit us,
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Got a busy night ahead for some communities from Arkansas into Louisiana, and it started like this for you today in Hot Springs. Look at this afternoon. Lots of hail reports out of the area, and you can hear it, first of all. Listen to that. All right, so this is not baseball-sized hail, but I did see a storm report of baseball-sized hail from the area. And Mike, I took a closer look. This is probably right on Lake Hamilton, right out there.
Yeah.
So,
and if you've ever been in that, one of these little storms that produces, like pea-sized or nickel-sized hail, it's deafening.
It's so loud.
It is so loud. Once you get the bigger hail, you don't have the quantity, so it's just like thud, thud, thud everywhere.
Right.
This is just like someone is like 100 people on top of your car with a ball-peen hammer and just hammering it away. And that's what it looks like afterwards.
They're putting little dents in. Exactly. That's what this hail is doing.
But that's been the MO of some of these big storms across the Mid-South back through Texas. They've been big, big hailers.
And there have been some big hail, and there's been a lot of reports of little hail.
Yeah.
So it's literally
it's all
everything.
over the place.
Yeah.
It just depends on how tall some of these thunderstorms get. But we've got an active evening. No question about that. So take a look at some of the storms that we've got going on, especially now around the Houston area.
What is this, like round 4 for us or something like that? I mean, I've lost track.
It's been exhausting what we've had to deal with the last couple of days in Houston. But notice the number of severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings we have. In fact, we got this one now just south of Liberty. By the way, Harris, Montgomery, and Waller counties all under severe thunderstorm warnings. And we are very susceptible to flooding in Houston. So if we've got any type of heavy rain with these, we're going to have some issues. There's our tornado warning. This is now around Ames and Dayton and Liberty. I don't see a hook echo on this, on what is known as our reflectivity. But if you take a look at the velocities, you can see how there may have been at one point a couplet in there, but it's very weak at this point. It would have been right in this area. It's weakened quite a bit, so suspect that there may not even be a tornado in that anymore, and that'd be good news. But nonetheless, this is moving off to the east. So a place like Liberty, maybe just south of Liberty, you could be at risk. Now, you head a little bit farther north, you've got a lot of issues here as well.
Right, exactly. So a lot of these storms have been hail-producing storms, but there is that one cell that we're tracking north of Shreveport with a tornado warning on it.
Yeah, that's a bit of a concern there. It does look like it has a little bit of appendage on the back end of that. So Bossier and Webster parishes, we do have a tornado warning for you right now. You can see right in there. That might be where we have the tornado. We'll put on the velocities and see what we can find here. The radar, by the way, is down here to the left of your screen, and so we may have some sort of circulation in there, but I'm not really convinced that it's necessarily down at the ground. We have a couplet that's maybe near Cotton Valley, but if it really happened, and this really doesn't make a whole lot of sense system because this would be almost a this would be a clockwise rotation here, so there might be, some anti-cyclonic rotation there. Earlier, it was more of a couplet down in this area, which would make more sense. It'd be moving away in that direction and then toward the radar in that direction, which would be more of a cyclonic flow, which would be more typical of what a tornado would do. But nonetheless, we're going to have some high winds here, and you may have an opportunity to see some bit of rotation there, at least higher up in the clouds.
Okay, so we're watching that storm. We're also watching a lot of storms throughout Arkansas with hail-producing storms. I mean, they have a history of it, and so it's no surprise.
Huge hailers here. Huge hailers in central Arkansas. They've kind of split us here, both sides of Little Rock, right through downtown. Hasn't been as big a concern as it has been maybe down toward Pine Bluff. Jefferson County right now is under a severe thunderstorm warning. And take a look at the hail tracker on this, and you can see it's just marching right toward roughly the size of a quarter, maybe just a little bit larger than that. South side of Little Rock, big hailer here as well for Pulaski and Saline counties. And then you go north of that, huge storm here. Cloud tops here maybe approaching about 50,000 feet. So Denmark and Searcy, these include the counties of Cleburne, Faulkner, and White. This could be a very large hail producer here. In fact, you were talking about it. Back in here, a tennis ball size hail that may at some point have been close to baseball size, and that is going to maybe potentially even penetrate a roof.
That could put a hole. That could put a hole in a roof, right?
Yeah. So huge issues here with hail. That's racing off to the east-northeast, and Denmark. We're next in line for that. So big issues for us here all across the Mid-South. I think for Arkansas in particular, I don't think there's a huge tornado threat necessarily there. I wouldn't rule it out, but it seems like all the storms so far today have all been big hail producers.
Right, but further south there is that tornado risk. That's where we have a 4 on our Torcon into northern Mississippi and in northern Louisiana.
Yeah, you go back right toward the Arklatex and right along the Texas and Louisiana state line.
The Arklamis,
I think that's where we have a lot of push with this front that's coming in, so we're getting we're generating a lot of lift there. I wouldn't be surprised even along, maybe we get a squall line that begins to develop here if we get some quick spin-ups along squall lines that develop too.
That could happen, and then that would transition though into a straight line wind threat in time.
Although I think once the sun sets tonight, we really lose a lot of our energy, and so I would suspect a lot of these storms are going to die down as we go through the overnight, which is great news.
That is great news. And then finally we can clear things out and get a break. I know it's been a week plus of rain for the most part, but now storms for you here across this area.
It's not been a fun week, but I think actually by Tuesday, I think just about all the South gets sunshine. So there's a silver lining if you've endured all this rain.
Too good to be true, but yes, it does look that way. Well, our special coverage of Weather Center Live is back at the top of the hour. We'll continue to track the threat and time out the tornado threat overnight tonight. Stay with the Weather Channel all night for Severe Storm Central. You can also get updates on your mobile app and on weather.com. We return in 60 seconds.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 74. Monday, heavy thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 90%. Monday night, thunderstorms early. Low 73. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Well, our special coverage of the severe weather continues. I'm Samantha Moore. We've already had a confirmed EF1 tornado today in Alabama, and that is from the first round of storms that we saw this morning. Tonight, 35 million people are at risk, and that threat continues into tomorrow. So we have some major areas of concern here, taking you in to where things have really been popping during the last few hours, and that is here across much of eastern Texas, eastern Oklahoma, and western Arkansas, where we do have severe thunderstorm watches in place, as well as tornado watches into the wee hours of the morning here across much of Louisiana and southern Arkansas, and then on up, of course, from the first round that hit us this earlier today, still affecting the Carolinas, and that tornado watch is still in place as well. So as we take the Torcon index of 4 tomorrow, that is going to be, I believe, the Torcon of 4 in Philadelphia. I believe that is correct.
Mid-Atlantic region. Mm-hmm.
And we're going to Carl Parker right now, who is talking about how things have really exploded during the past hour or two.
Yeah, you know, the most active area right now is Arkansas down into Louisiana and Texas. This is where we've got a lot of shear in the atmosphere. So you've got winds that are coming out of the south like this in the lowest levels of the atmosphere, but then they turn more towards the southwest and even the west as you go up in the atmosphere. And that change in wind direction and wind speed with height is getting those cells rotating. And with these rotating cells, we're getting very large hail, damaging wind, and tornadoes. So a whole string now of severe thunderstorm warnings, but there is still a tornado warning in the Houston metro. And we want to go over to our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, for the latest on that.
Thanks, Carl. And these storms are really beginning to line up along the cold front that now with this weather system is beginning to charge its way east. Take a look. Here is downtown Houston. So off to the northeast side near Liberty, Harris and Liberty counties, you have a storm that's heading off toward the east-southeast with tornado warning on that. For Harris County proper, there are some storms coming right into the north and northwest sides of Houston. We'll zoom in on that tornado warned storm. You can see how it does a little bit of a dog leg. So Harris and Liberty counties right there now just to the south and east of Highway 90, it would be where the tornado would be heading southeast toward the Winnie area. We'll zoom in and track that just a little bit. And following that, it would be coming toward the Moss Bluff area about 711. Hankamer about 727. Taking a look at this storm in high definition, there's going to be some golf ball size hail that has been reported with this, and some of the storm is wrapping some rain cooled air around one side, the warm air coming in the other. If I take a look at this and see if there's how strong the rotation is, it's not extremely strong, but right in this area here that I was pointing out, that's where the circulation is tightest, and so that would be the area where the tornado would be pushing its way off toward the south and east, if indeed there is one. Taking a look then a bit farther to the north, we have tornado warning in the area off to the north of the Shreveport area. Other severe thunderstorms up into the central parts of Arkansas. So let's jump up to the storm just to the north of Shreveport. That storm had a very well-defined appendage. It shrunk just a little bit, just a wee little tiny hook that comes out the southwest side now. Bossier Parish, Webster parishes in Louisiana, you do have a tornado warning though. Tracking that particular part of the storm right now, it's very close to the Hortman area, heading toward the Spring Lake area. Spring Lake about 736, and just to the slightly to the north of that would be some large hail. Up into Arkansas, it's a much different character, the storm. Earlier, that was one of these supercell hook-shaped thunderstorms, but it is gusted out. Look now, it's a backward C-shaped storm right in Denmark, Arkansas, with damaging wind gusts blasting its way across Independence, Jackson, and White counties. And so as some of these storms evolve, they go into a high precipitation cell mode and then change from being mainly a rotating storm to one that's mainly a damaging wind threat. And for more, let's go back now to Sam and Carl.
All right, so we want to take you into the Houston area, and we've got a report now of golf ball size hail north and west of downtown Houston. So let's talk about this severe thunderstorm warning, which is in effect for Harris County right now. This is going until 7:45. There are actually a couple of cells here on the northwest side of the metro. So one of them is coming down to 90. Now the one to the north is the one where we had the report of golf ball size hail. That's this cell right in here. Golf ball size hail there near 249. And then you've got this other cell that's right around Jersey Village and coming down 290, and it's going to be affecting the north side of the metro, and there could be very large hail with that cell as well. This is now moving towards the east at about 40 miles per hour, so coming right down into the heart of Houston. And we're seeing a little bit of an appendage here on the southwest side, so there is just a bit of rotation in that cell. We'll need to monitor that, but at a minimum, what we're talking about here is a wind and a large hail threat. And then off to the west of that, there's another severe thunderstorm warning for Austin, Fort Bend, and Waller counties. That's coming right down I-10, so that too is going to affect the Houston metro area. That is moving to the east at about 40 miles per hour. That's going until 7:30 this evening. So a lot of weather now coming into the Houston area. And then here again are those severe warnings across northwestern parts of Louisiana. We've got a series of warnings here right along the Sabine River there, and the concern here also of very large hail and damaging wind.
Yeah, and some of those storms you just showed that were moving out of Shreveport right along I-20 there, not too far from there in Ruston, Louisiana. We find Mike Seidel this evening. And Mike, things have really gotten quite active during the past hour.
They have to our west. Let's first talk and show you the tornado warning storm Dr. Forbes just mentioned based on Doppler radar. This is out to our north and west, and they've got that warning up till 7:45 for parts of Bossier Parish, East Central Bossier Parish, Central Webster Parish. So that one's going to go off to our north here in Ruston. We're about an hour due east on I-20 from Shreveport. Now behind me you can see the sun backlighting this cumulus cloud, and then right above that you can see the edge of the cauliflower appearance. That's the storm that had the tornado warning earlier south of Shreveport. And that one has weakened. There's not even a severe thunderstorm warning, but that's what's going to come probably south of us. If you're in the Ringgold area, look out for the next half an hour or so for some locally heavy rain, some lightning, and that's it. So we're kind of threading the needle right here, but we are under a tornado watch all the way to the Mississippi River till midnight. They'll cut it back from west to east as these storms move through here in the next half an hour or so through this general area of the state. The instability will lower and the threat for severe weather will go away. So Samantha, so far so good, but we still have a while to go here in this part of Louisiana. We're just in the north central part of the state, as I mentioned, about an hour off to the east of Shreveport. Sam?
Okay, I know you'll be watching as those storms roll in, and let us know as it happens. Thank you so much, Mike. We sure do appreciate that. We've had many reports, storm reports today coming in from across the country. In fact, you can see how many were clustered here across much of Georgia and South Carolina. In fact, many of these were wind reports, and now we currently have a flash flood, report of flash flooding here in Charlotte. Numerous reports of flooding across the city of Charlotte. Some apartments flooded on Wallace Drive and Tacoma Street, and of course you can see this heavy rain moving through right now. This is
Be one with it, and it will be one with you. Be one with your tires, and the road will be one with you. Hang up tires.
It's more than a network and the cloud. It's reliable uptime and multi-layered security. It's how you stay connected to each other and to your customers. With CenturyLink, you get advanced technology solutions, including an industry-leading broadband network and cloud and hosting services, all with dedicated, responsive support. With CenturyLink as your trusted technology partner, you're free to focus on growing your business. CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
Got some work to do. If you need me, I'll be cleaning the gutters.
Today, the house won't know what hit it. Show the garage who's boss. Check.
Oh.
Put a new shine on the family wheels. Check. Tame the jungle you call a yard. Check.
Nice work, guys. You earned this back. Oh, who's Jeremy? And he texts a lot.
New mobile plan?
Thank you.
Done. With everything you need for spring. At Walmart's low prices you can trust every day. What project will you take on?
We are still in the eye, and we're still trying to get in a safe place.
She's in labor right now.
We know more about this system hour by hour.
This is our Pineapple Express pumping in that rainfall.
We are talking about a doozy of a storm.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 74. Monday, heavy thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 90%. Monday night, thunderstorms early. Low 73. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All you got to do is
show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures, and every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Ted's morning was not going well, and when his battery light lit up, it went from bad to worse. But a quick pit stop to AutoZone, where they checked that for free, and Ted and his car were back to peak performance. It's called The Zone, and we'll help get you there. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
True Green presents the Yardleys.
Sorry.
Spring is on. Start your True Green lawn plan today. True Green. Live life outside.
The Fiat 500 isn't alone anymore. It's part of a big Italian family.
This is hail video coming in out of Hot Springs, Arkansas today as the hail and the rain just pound parts of that state. And you can see those hailstones just coming down with a vengeance, bouncing as they hit the hard surfaces, plopping into the water there in Hot Springs. And I don't know how warm that water is, but it almost looks like snow as it accumulates on the side here as we talk about this. So let's talk about the wind damage here and what it can do. Hail, of course, can cause a lot of damage, but so can winds, and it doesn't necessarily take a tornado for that either. The winds gusting 45 to 57 can cause trees to bend, small limbs to break, and as well as taking some parts off of homes. And of course, stronger the wind, the more damage it can do. Of course, tornadoes definitely can do some damage. We have some tornado warnings. Dr. Forbes has the latest on a couple of those.
Thanks, Sam. And yeah, I'll take a look at the tornado warning. It's now Liberty County, just to the north and east of the Houston metro area. That storm moving east-southeast. The tornado warning for Harris County has been expired as it's moved out of there, but still till 7:15, Liberty County with a tornado warning and other severe thunderstorms that Carl Parker will talk about coming into the rest of the Houston metro area. Some of these storms have hail baseball size or so at times in size. Liberty County tornado warning. It's a supercell thunderstorm with the body of the storm up into the areas south and east of Liberty. It's this area south and east of Highway 90 would be where the tornado is located. So from just to the north and the east of Mount Bellevue right now, heading 735 toward the Hankamer area. And this storm is beginning to put out a little bit of a gust front. That's some rain-cooled air that's wrapped around. The warm air comes into this side of the storm. And so taking a look here, hail following across this area, and then the tornado moving down toward the Old River wind-free area. So let's go now to Carl Parker.
All right, Greg, so we're going to take you once again down into the Houston metro, as you mentioned, and we've got some very big storms coming right into Houston as we speak. So let's begin with a look at the warnings here. Warning for Harris County. That includes downtown Houston. There was a report of golf ball size hail with this storm north and west of town and right along 249 there. So there are actually a couple of different cells. One of them is coming down through the north side right along I-45 there, and that's the cell that produced the golf ball size hail. It's right in here. And then you've got another cell, big core there right around 290 and Jersey Village. That's going to come right into downtown Houston, and along with that there could be large hail and damaging wind. And we are seeing just a little hint of some rotation in these cells as well, so we can't completely rule out a tornado. No tornado warning right now. Right now the threat is large hail and damaging wind. So that's a warning for Harris County until 7:45, and that does include downtown Houston. This cell that's coming down 290 looks like it's going to come right into downtown Houston. Then you've got another cell out west along the Katy Freeway here. This is for Austin, Fort Bend, and Waller counties, and one heck of a hail core showing up right in there, right along I-10. So there could be very large hail hail, perhaps golf ball size hail, heads up there in Weston Lakes. That's coming your way. These cells are sagging to the southeast about 20 miles per hour right along that I-10 corridor. Also a lot of weather coming into Katy as we speak, and some very gusty wind. Now we'll take you farther northward, and there's a whole string of warnings here. A bunch of severe warnings around Alexandria, Louisiana, along the Sabine River, and then there are also a bunch of warnings in central parts of Arkansas. We'll have more on that coming up in a few minutes. Samantha, over to you.
Thank you, Carl. Well, with these storms extending deep into the night, it's important to know what to do when they threaten and when they strike. So if you are in a house without a basement, a dorm, or apartment, you want to avoid the windows. Go to the lowest floor, the smallest center room like a bathroom or a closet. You can go under a stairwell, interior hallway with no windows, and crouch as low as you can, and be sure to cover your head with your hands.
Now at Boston Market, new slow braised pulled pork. So tender, it falls apart. Topped with zesty barbecue or garlic citrus sauce. A bold new taste from the slow roasting experts at Boston Market.
6 smoky hours, 1 tasty dish. Slow braised pulled pork, now at Boston Market.
Oh, this audit will take days. What a headache.
Actually, I don't have a headache anymore. Excedrin really does work fast.
In fact, for some, relief starts in just 15 minutes. Excedrin.
Wow, that was fast.
Stick vacuums are supposed to make life easier, but that hasn't always been the case. Only the latest Dyson Core V6 digital motor to generate more suction than all other stick vacuums. Even corded ones.
Who says desirable can't also be responsible? With 46 standard safety features, the Lexus RX is proof that fun can be good for you. This is the pursuit of perfection.
If you have play dates at your house, be ready to clean up the mess. The kids had fun, but it's pretty gross. What's that? It's a Swiffer wet jet. I can just grab this and just go right to the mess. That comes from my floor? That's disgusting.
I want friends over.
You want friends over?
To you, they're more than just a pet, so protect them with Canine Advantix 2. Its broad spectrum protection kills fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, too. Canine Advantix 2, for the love of dog.
No one plans for a broken pipe or overflowing toilet to cause a flood in their home. But when the unexpected happens, don't panic. ServiceMaster Restore will respond to you anytime, day or night. No matter the cause of your emergency, we offer complete services to homes and businesses that help put things back together with ease. And with a nationwide network of local specialists, we can help with issues from water, fire, mold, natural catastrophes, and more. ServiceMaster Restore, the complete customer experience. Call or visit us online to learn more.
Control the weather. That's looking good. So we build things to harness it. That's awesome.
They hit the water, game on.
Up here in Southeast Alaska, Coast Guard's the last line up at fence.
This is about how far you can push yourself.
With Nutrisystem, lose up to 15 pounds by summer and feel great.
I'm Melissa Joan Hart, and I lost 40 pounds on Nutrisystem. My energy is back, and I can't stop smiling about it.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week and 1 inch off your waist, or your money back guaranteed.
I'm G.D. Francis, and I lost 30 pounds on Nutrisystem. I did it, and I'm not done yet.
I'm Dan. I lost 22 pounds with Nutrisystem.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of specially selected meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes to rev your metabolism free. And 1 week of Craving Crusher shakes to crush those cravings free.
I'm Marie, and I lost 50 pounds on Nutrisystem. There's never been a better time to get started. Trust me, Nutrisystem worked for me, and I know it'll work for you too.
Call 877-984-THIN right now and get Fast 5 Plus with shakes free.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, thunderstorms early, low 74. Chance of rain 40%. Monday, heavy thunderstorms, high 88. Chance of rain 90%. Monday night, thunderstorms early, low 73. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Sterling, Colorado.
But just a day or less after snow hammered the Rockies, storms end up dumping hail on Sterling, Colorado. Hail thick enough to look like snow on the roadsides, but it wasn't. We know that hail is not typical of winter storms. It's more typical of spring and summer thunderstorms. And they had enough rain to make vehicles splash as they headed down the street as well. So they had kind of a double threat there. Welcome back, everyone. I'm meteorologist Samantha Moore, and now we're going to head over to Carl with the latest on the situation that is happening now in the Houston area.
Yes, Sam, some very strong storms now coming into the Houston metro. We've gotten some reports of golf ball size hail along 249 north and west of town, and the worst of these storms coming right into downtown Houston. Let's begin with a look at the last 3 hours, and these storms have popped up along a front which is sagging down into southeast Texas. So we'll drop on in to Harris County. Take a look at the warning there. That is a severe thunderstorm warning for Harris County going until 7:45. And again, we had a couple of reports of golf ball size hail along 249, which is that road right there. Also a report of 1-inch hail near Jersey Village and along 290. So the worst of this weather now sagging southward about 20 miles per hour down along 290, coming into the north side of the loop there, and eventually is going to drop right down into downtown Houston. So it's going to get ugly across most of the Houston metro area, especially the north side and again towards downtown. Then you've also got a part of this cell, and in fact some pretty impressive returns here, radar returns as we call them, now coming into Katy. So there could be some hail in Katy and along the Katy Freeway. Then there is another warning, and that is out to the west. That's for Austin, Fort Bend, and Waller counties. Very impressive hail core now dropping down south of I-10, and along with that, it would not be at all surprising to see golf ball size hail. Heads up for that in Weston Lakes, and notice that there is a little bit of a curvature here. You've got some inflow coming into the storm right in there, and when that happens, we need to watch for the possibility of a tornado. There's no tornado warning on the cell right now, but certainly there's going to be some very large hail dropping down towards Weston Lakes. So a lot going on in the Houston metro, but we've got many severe storms also into Louisiana and into parts of Arkansas, and here's Dr. Forbes with the latest on that.
Indeed, a tornado warning expiring now up in the northern parts of Louisiana. Other severe thunderstorms here and there across Louisiana and across much of Arkansas. Take a look. Here's the big picture. Lots of severe thunderstorms from northeast and eastern parts and even central parts of Arkansas. One tornado warning expiring north and east of Shreveport. Big cluster in central parts of Louisiana. Let's take a look. This is the storm that you can see it shrinking now. It had a tornado warning. It is coming toward the Lisbon area. This is an area, Mike Seidel is in Ruston, and so there are some thunderstorms that are headed his way. Let's take a look and see what he's seeing. There you see at the left those showers and thunder showers, not severe warned yet, but many of the storms after they've been in existence for about a half hour or so have gone severe. So we'll continue to monitor that view out of Ruston and go back to Mike Seidel if and when these storms go severe. Taking a look then a little bit elsewhere across parts of the Texas Louisiana area down to the south and west of the Shreveport area, Sabine County in Texas, in Louisiana, Sabine Parish in Louisiana, and over north and east of San Augustine in Texas. Hail damaging winds coming across with these storms. And then over into central parts of Louisiana between Natchitoches and Alexandria, several storms. Look at them. They split, one going northeast, the other going south and east. So the northeast goers are usually hail producers. We'll watch the one coming southeast toward the Alexandria area, and Leesville has a storm coming that way as well. Taking a big jump up into northern parts of Arkansas, storm probably a bow echo coming toward Pocahontas there across Lawrence and Randolph counties. One that is definitely a bow echo. It had been a supercell earlier, but now a damaging thunderstorm that is heading over into Independence, Jackson, and White counties. And so Sam and Carl, we have a lot of severe thunderstorms that are rolling across Louisiana and Arkansas.
I recommend Nature Made vitamins because I trust their quality. They were the first to have a vitamin verified by USP, an independent organization that sets strict quality and purity standards.
Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended letter vitamin brand.
Introducing the new Can-Am Spyder F3. With a cruising riding position and the most advanced vehicle stability system in the industry, you'll ride with a feeling of complete freedom and confidence. Visit your Can-Am Spyder dealer and test drive one today. The new Spyder F3. Riding has evolved.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even as it wears down over time, its safety doesn't, thanks to Evergrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then how'd I get this
Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check.
So weird, right? My agent Tom said,
Only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
but I'm a woman. Maybe it's a misprint. Does it look like a misprint?
Okay, let's try. Silence. Ask an Allstate agent about the Safe Driving Bonus Check. Are you in good hands?
Termites like to use stealth. They live underground and build mud tubes, little tunnels made of chewed wood, mud, and I say this delicately. They're poop. To sneak into your home. But I know all about their covert operations. Using my flow meter, I apply the proper amount your home needs to help keep them from breaking and entering. To catch a pest, you have to think like a pest. Not just for any home. For your home. Orkin, pest control down to a science.
We could tell you about the years of research and development. How we forged advanced high-strength steel to make the frame stronger yet lighter. The countless hours spent testing the suspension and tuning every sound from the engine to the trunk. But until you get behind the wheel, you have no idea. The completely redesigned Hyundai Sonata.
Hey, buddy, you're squashing me. Liquid wart remover could take weeks to treat.
Embarrassing, Wart? Dr. Scholl's Freeze Away wipes them out fast with as few as one treatment.
Freeze Away!
Dr. Scholl's, the #1 selling freeze brand.
The termite swarm has come. Enter the legions of Terminix with 85 years of experience and the strongest guarantee in the business. Sorry, termites, we got our swarm of our own. Not here, not now, not in my house. Terminix.
We are still in the eye, and we're still trying to get in a safe place.
She is in labor right now.
We know more about this system hour by hour.
This is our Pineapple Express pumping in that rainfall.
We are talking about a doozy of a storm.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, thunderstorms early, low 74. Chance of rain, 40%. Monday, heavy thunderstorms, high 88. Chance of rain, 90%. Monday night, thunderstorms early, low 73. Chance of rain, 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Wow, this is new video just into the Weather Channel. This was shot earlier on Interstate 20, earlier by Ari Sarsalari, one of our employees here at the Weather Channel. Boy, torrential, blinding rain. You just can barely see the signs there, and it's hard to see the cars in front of you, too. So that's why it is so important to leave plenty of distance between you and the guy that is ahead of you, so that in case you have to stop quickly, which looks like these folks have their flashers on, which in some states I believe that's illegal to drive with your flashers on. Don't know about Alabama, though. Well, this weekend's wrapping up the way it began with storm trouble. Some 35 million people are at risk right now into tomorrow. So we have some severe thunderstorm watches that we want to show you, some polygons on the map on where you need to be ready to take cover with the threat of severe thunderstorms in the forecast here. Let's take a look at where we have those severe watch areas. First, I believe we're going to start you out across much of Texas, where we have severe thunderstorm watches, not only for southeast Texas, including the Houston, Port Arthur, Beaumont area, but on up into northeastern Texas and into western Arkansas. And then we have our tornado watch areas, which are going to be in place in Arkansas and Louisiana, the northern part of Louisiana, and parts of the Piney Woods of East Texas into the early morning hours, and parts of the Carolinas still have the threat to see they're under the tornado watch area until 11 p.m. Eastern time. And tomorrow we've got a TORCON of 4 in Philadelphia. Much of that activity coming into the late night and early morning hours. D.C., Baltimore, we have a TORCON of 3, so multiply that by 10, 30% chance that you will see a tornado within 50 square miles in these areas in Washington, D.C. and Baltimore. So right now we're going to go to where things have really been cranking the past hour. So right into Houston, Carl Parker has the latest.
Yeah, we are watching a line of storms, Sam, now coming into the Houston metro area, and a bunch of severe storms here, producing possibly golf ball size hail along with damaging winds. So let's begin with the last 3 hours, and you can see how all these storms are sagging southeastward at about 20 miles per hour. We'll begin with a look at this warning that is now just north of the bay. That's Chambers and Liberty County under severe warning. Could be golf ball size hail along with damaging wind that's going to be coming into Anahuac there in the I-10 corridor. Then off to the west of that, warning for Harris County continues until 7:45, and we'll zoom on down and notice this big core that's now coming down 290 and 45 and coming into the north side of the loop there, and will be moving right into downtown Houston. Now, this is a look at what's called the velocity mode, and sometimes we get a really good look at what's going on with the wind and the storm. In this case, that's exactly what's happening. You see that sort of greenish bluish color in here in particular, so that's along 290 coming into the north side of the loop. That's where winds are now up to about 60 miles per hour at around 2,000 feet. So that momentum can be transferred downward when you've got very heavy rain. That's strong wind that's basically taking aim on downtown. Oh, look at that. We got a brand new scan, and it's actually stronger now coming into downtown Houston. We're now seeing winds of 60 miles per hour coming right for downtown Houston. A very strong core of wind right in there. Brand new scan that's coming right into downtown Houston. So heads up, folks. That's the kind of wind that can do some damage. And we've gotten reports of golf ball size hail along with these storms out along 249, along with regular 1-inch hail there. It's not regular, of course, but standard for severe thunderstorm, 1-inch hail backing into Jersey Village. Now, I want to expand the picture a little bit and show you what the timing of this is going to be, and I need to move this just a bit forward. And there's that big core, that big red core, dropping right down here into Houston, coming up in just about 10 minutes or so with very strong wind and possibly some large hail, then getting down into Magnolia Park at 7:59, Galena Park at about 8:05, and Pasadena at around 8:19. Now we'll take you out to the west, and we've also been watching very strong storms around Katy and the I-10 corridor there, the Katy Freeway, and there is a new warning for this cell that is now coming into Weston Lakes, probably with large hail and certainly some wind. That's going to be dropping down towards 59 in Sugar Land and Rosenberg as that moves southeast at about 20 miles per hour. So a whole string of severe storms now in the Houston metro. We're hoping to get you some live pictures out of Houston coming up here as that big storm comes in. All right, let's get a look at what else is going on. Some very strong storms farther north and east, and here's Dr. Forbes with that.
Thanks, Carl. And we certainly have storms, some of which have produced baseball-size hail in parts of Louisiana and up into Arkansas. Here we have quite a few warnings there outlined in yellow. No tornado warnings in these areas, but big, severe thunderstorms in a number of locations with some gaps in the picture as well. One storm that had been north and east of Shreveport with a tornado warning, that storm is dissipating as it comes toward the Lisbon area. Another running right along I-20 now coming toward the Ruston area. So Mike Seidel will be able to see that thunderstorm coming his way, but it is not severe. It doesn't show too much signs of growing in intensity. Taking a look here farther down to the south and west of the Shreveport area, Natchitoches and Sabine parishes with severe thunderstorms. That one is going to be ultimately heading toward the community of Natchitoches with a big hail coming along with that one. And then some of these storms down in this area have had baseball-size hail. Rapides Parish, note how this storm is taking to turn a bit to the right. The other has come here and split and gone off to the left. So Alexandria, sometimes we'll have to keep an eye on you. Sometimes those right turners will begin to rotate. Up into Arkansas then, this storm, a well-defined appendage heading toward the Star City area. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. There's definitely some rotation in that storm. And then heading toward the Gillette area, Cleveland, Jefferson, and Lincoln counties in Arkansas, the supercell thunderstorms there. Bo Echo, a line of thunderstorms with damaging winds. Look how it's spiraling its way up there, surging its way past Newport now, damaging winds Independence, Jackson, and Woodruff counties in Arkansas, and another one up into the area Pocahontas and Walnut Ridge. These storms are getting to be about an hour or two away from western parts of Tennessee. So Memphis, some of the storms headed your way. They might split the gap there north and south of you, but sometimes they fill in. We'll continue to keep you in our sights as well. Sam?
Thank you so much, Dr. Forbes. And we're going to show you some pictures coming out of the south side of Houston. This is near Hobby Airport, where that looks
Look at that.
Pretty rough there, doesn't it, Carl?
Just an amazing storm there. You know, I lived in Houston for 4 years, and you've got so much warmth and humidity coming off the Gulf of Mexico, so the air is very buoyant. It very easily wants to blow up into thunderstorms, and you see the tremendous contrast in the light there. A lot of that cloud is lit up very well, but then underneath it, it's just as dark as can be, where it's blocking out all of that light.
And everything's bigger in Texas, especially the thunderstorms as they come up 59.
Absolutely, that's right.
Well, we're going to head out right now, not too far down the road in Louisiana. We have to go up a bit in northern Louisiana. We're going to go to Ruston right now, where Mike Seidel has been waiting for the storms all day, and it looks like they're moving over the horizon, Mike.
They are. We've got a few raindrops. I want to show you, we've got some incredible visuals up here. First, ahead of the storm, look at the mammatus clouds up here over the power lines, well east of the cell. And now we come back to me, and you can just shoot over my back, and this whole thing is coming at us. There's the back edge, and look at the corpuscular rays, the rays from the sun as it sets coming up. I don't know if you can see them at home unless you're on a nice HD TV, but this cell's coming at us with some raindrops. And then we look across I-20. By the way, we're about an hour off to the east of I-20 in Ruston. And look at this, some more mammatus clouds. Aren't they beautiful, being hit by the sun at the low angle here as we see the sunset? So we have this storm coming in. It kind of blew up over Mount Lebanon, just west of Mount Lebanon, which is along and south of I-20 west of here. And it's gotten a little feisty. There's no warning right now with it, Sam, but it's coming at us. We've seen one cloud-to-cloud strike, so we will get at least a little bit of rain here. Once this goes on through, that should be it for the night in this part of the state. So just amazing night to have a camera out here in this part of Louisiana. Guys?
Thank you so much, Mike. It's really looking impressive as it moves on in right now. And you can see it here on the radar, moving like it's taking a road trip down I-20, moving right into Ruston. So heads up here, things are likely to get very bumpy in the next few minutes.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, thunderstorms early, low 74. Chance of rain, 40%. Monday, heavy thunderstorms, high 88. Chance of rain, 90%. Monday night, thunderstorms early, low 73. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Your eyes really are unique.
In fact, they depend on a unique set of nutrients. That's why there's Ocuvite, to help protect your eye health.
As you age, your eyes can lose vital nutrients. Ocuvite helps replenish key eye nutrients. Ocuvite is a vitamin made just for your eyes from the eye care experts at Bausch & Lomb. Ocuvite has a unique formula that's just not found in any leading multivitamin.
Your eyes are unique.
So help protect your eye health with Ocuvite.
It's more than the cloud. It's security and flexibility. It's where great ideas and vital data are stored. With CenturyLink, you get advanced technology solutions from a trusted IT partner, including cloud and hosting services, all backed by an industry-leading broadband network and people committed to helping you grow your business. You get a company that's more than just the sum of its parts. CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
In a work world, take time for Sunday. Just know that your truck has a little thing for Monday.
TruGreen presents the Yardleys.
Hello? Oh, the pizza's here. Hey, come on in. Whoa! Lose the sneakers, pal. Kind of a thing.
It is.
Spring is on. Start your TruGreen lawn plan today. TruGreen. Live life outside.
Introducing new Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. New Flonase outperforms a leading allergy pill, so you will inhale life. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. Most allergy pills only control one substance. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So roll down your windows, hug your pet, dust off some memories, make new ones. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
I always dreamed of coming here. When my asthma symptoms returned, my doctor prescribed Dulera to help prevent them.
Dulera is for patients 12 and older whose asthma is not well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Dulera will not replace a rescue inhaler for sudden symptoms.
A 6-month clinical study has shown Dulera helps significantly improve lung function.
Dulera contains formoterol, which increases the risk of death from asthma problems and may increase the risk of hospitalization in children and adolescents. Dulera is not for people whose asthma is well controlled with a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Once your asthma is well controlled, your doctor will decide if you can stop Dulera and prescribe a different asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Do not take Dulera more than prescribed. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Ask your doctor about Dulera.
I will light up every room I walk into.
Presenting the Olay Regenerist Luminous Collection. The skin brightening formula penetrates 10 surface cell layers deep and fades the look of dark spots. See bright, pearlescent, healthy-looking skin in just 2 weeks. When your skin is luminous, so are you. Want more luminous skin day and night? Try new Luminous SPF 15 lotion and overnight mask. From the world's #1, Olay, your best beautiful.
Well, we are tracking storms with a history of damage, and here's what we know now. There are reports of baseball-sized hail in Montgomery County, Arkansas, and reports of roof and vehicle damage as a result. In Cincinnati, a woman died when a tree fell on her car this weekend. More than 17,000 customers are without power right now in Georgia, the Carolinas, and Florida, and hardest hit Orlando, where Duke Energy officials report more than 10,000 customers have no electricity. And after surveying damage, the National Weather Service has confirmed an EF1 tornado touched down early this morning in Russell County, Alabama. And then all that came rolling right across Raleigh across Georgia into the Atlanta area, and then on into the Carolinas. What an active morning it was, and now an active evening as well. So Carl's here with what is happening now.
It's been an interesting system with a couple of lobes, one that came through this morning and now a second one following that. It wasn't like the first one cleared everything out. Now you've got the second wave behind that. And yeah, some really strong storms now coming into the Houston metro. So there is now a severe warning for Houston, for Harris County, going until 7:45. And the worst of the weather is now extending from downtown, coming right into downtown, then the west side there, the west loop, getting over towards the Galleria area, down 59 towards Bel Air, and then back towards Sugar Land as well. That's where it's going to get really interesting in short order. Now, we can take a look inside these storms, and in green here, you are seeing the very strong wind. We can use this mode, this velocity mode, to see tornadoes, but we can also use it to see where the wind is. And there's very strong wind that is now driving right down into all of those areas that I mentioned, coming into downtown, coming into West U, very close to Bel Air right now, will gradually be overtaking the Southwest Freeway. So in all of these areas, a lot of wind coming in. We have had some reports of large hail as well. A report of golf ball size hail south of Jersey Village, right in there. And so that is also going to be a concern. And let's go ahead and time this out and show you where this is going to be headed. It's moving southeast at about 20 miles per hour, so that's going to bring it down to Channelview at about 7:56, Pasadena around 8:10, and then 8:20 getting down into Baytown. So all of those areas along the Gulf Freeway down towards Galveston, towards the Bay, are going to be hit by this weather, strong wind, and possibly some very large hail. Then there's a separate severe thunderstorm warning for Fort Bend County, and again along the 59 freeway here, and that's also moving southeast to 20, watching out for large hail, damaging wind there, Sugar Land, and another warning now on the northeast side of the bay, that is Chambers and Liberty counties. That's going until 8 o'clock, and again we're concerned about the possibility of hail and wind right along I-10 there as that moves towards the south and east.
So millions of people in harm's way here. I mean, it's a highly populated area.
Certainly is.
That's for sure. Okay, we're going to head over to Dr. Forbes right now with some special radar analysis. Dr. Forbes?
Well, we still have some storms that are going on in parts of Tennessee and even over into parts of the south and east, remnants of that morning round of storms, as well as farther north in Louisiana and Arkansas. So let's take a look. Not too far south of Knoxville, Tennessee, close to Athens, a severe thunderstorm warning, and then this round of storms that has rolled across from Alabama there. You heard about the tornado. It rolled across Georgia. It's rolled across South Carolina. Trees and power lines down in many places. It's heading for Raleigh right now and the Wilmington, North Carolina areas. So severe thunderstorm warning here just to the east of Athens now. Loudoun and Monroe counties in Tennessee, south of the Knoxville area. Might even be strong winds in Knoxville. And there had been a warning on this, but coming up into Fayetteville, North Carolina, getting its way toward Raleigh, North Carolina, and working its way toward Wilmington and Jacksonville in North Carolina, you could be getting some 50-mile-per-hour gusts, if not stronger, with that. Then, north of the area Carl was talking about, in Louisiana, there's quite a few severe thunderstorms, all outlined in yellow, and up in eastern parts of Arkansas. Coming toward the Memphis area the next hour and a half or so, we'll continue to monitor that. Taking a look here in some of the storms in Louisiana, coming toward Natchitoches. Look how this storm, some of these storms have had golf ball to even baseball size hail. Natchitoches, Sabine Parish is there. One of these storms had baseball size hail. Rapides Parish, that storm taking a right turn down toward Alexandria, Louisiana. Then here is, look how that's split. The one storm has taken the hail track off toward the north and east, the other toward the south and east. Sometimes the storms do that. And up across Arkansas, storms primarily with damaging winds, but at times 2-inch hail as well. So a busy day, Sam.
Thank you so much, Dr. Forbes. We're about keeping you safe here at the Weather Channel, and we have some tornado safety tips to you. What do you do if you're in a tall building? Where do you go? You want to go to a windowless building? A stairwell is a good choice.
Look like this, feel like this. Look like this, feel like this. With DreamWalk insoles, turn shoes that can be a pain into comfortable ones. Their soft cushioning support means you can look like this and feel like this. DreamWalk.
We come by almost every day to deliver your mail.
So if you have any packages you want to return, you should just give them to us.
Since we're going to be here anyway.
So much food is going to waste. The scale is pretty shocking.
It goes straight in the garbage. We're wasting 40% of our food. My question, how much of it is still good and can I eat it?
The challenge, to survive for 6 months only on food destined for the dumpster.
Do I have to go dumpster diving on my lunch break?
I'm starting to enjoy this.
And following the film, join Tom Colicchio to learn how together we can stop the waste. Just Eat It, Wednesday at 10 on MSNBC.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, thunderstorms early, low 74. Chance of rain, 40%. Monday, heavy thunderstorms, high 88. Chance of rain, 90%. Monday night, thunderstorms early, low 73. Chance of rain, 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
With it, and it will be one with you. Be one with your tires, and the road will be one with you. Hankook Tires.
Shopping for the family used to cause a lot of stress between me and my budget, but thanks to Fingerhut, we have found our happy place.
Life is definitely sweeter.
At Fingerhut.com, we got approved to shop with low monthly payments, over 200,000 items with brand names like Samsung, Dyson, DeWalt, and with great family stuff like this Samsung TV.
And even our yoga mats.
All you gotta do is click on over to Fingerhut.com and get the credit you deserve to get all kinds of great stuff for the family.
If you have play dates at your house, be ready to clean up the mess.
The kids had fun, but it's pretty gross.
What's that?
It's a Swiffer wet jet. I can just grab this and just go right to the mess. That comes from my floor? That's disgusting.
I want friends over.
You want friends over?
The 306 horsepower Lexus GS. Experience the next level of performance, and there's no going back. Lease the 2015 GS 350F Sport with complimentary navigation system for these terms. See your Lexus dealer.
Is it our insightful strategies that make Edward Jones one of the country's biggest financial services firms? Or 13,000 financial advisors who say thank you? It's why Edward Jones is the big company that doesn't act that way.
I would describe my personal style as just that. It's totally personal. It's different every day. Logo line for QVC is about doing your own thing with clothes. Everything goes with anything. Don't be afraid. Play and mix and match and have layers. Style is yours, and nobody can take that away from you.
Mom and Dad told us they had just made their funeral and burial prearrangements. We thought they already had taken care of that. When we learned it was through Beth Israel and Eternal Light, we knew everything would be handled in the most caring and professional way. We realized it would be one of the most difficult days of our lives. It inspired my husband and me to make our own prearrangements so the burden wouldn't fall on our children when that day comes. It's not an easy thing to think about, but I'm so glad we did.
From farm to store to their own fridge, an eye-opening look at the food waste story. Just Eat It, Wednesday at 10 on MSNBC.
We have a brand new tornado warning up in northeast portions of Arkansas. It's Doppler indicated. That's way up here off to the north and west of Memphis. Then other severe thunderstorms marching across east Arkansas. Will be getting into Tennessee and northwest parts of Mississippi over the course of the next hour or two. And then other clusters of thunderstorms down into central parts of Louisiana. We'll start up here in the north and take a look at this tornado warned storm. See the dog leg in the line, Clay and Greene counties up there in northeast parts of Arkansas with that tornado warning. It's close to the Delaplane area, right about there, tracking that and taking a look here in the velocities. The red's going northbound, the green southbound. So right in there, south and west of Delaplane, that's the tornado vortex signature, and it's going to be heading off toward the north and east very fast, about over 50 miles per hour. So tracking that out, Delaplane, the Noble areas, Noble about 806, and then continuing off toward probably the Holcomb area of the Boot Heel of Missouri. Taking a look then farther down to the south, big thunderstorms rolling toward the Natchitoches area. Natchitoches, Sabine parishes in Louisiana. Additional thunderstorms pushing their way. In fact, some of them have split going northeast. This one coming southeast toward Alexandria, Rapides, and other parishes in Louisiana. With that big hail threat, one of the cores that's going east-southeast toward Alexandria, the other has weakened and headed off toward the northeast, and we'll continue to monitor some of these storms in case they develop kind of rotation. Up into Arkansas, some of these storms have had 2-inch hail size. This one, a well-defined supercell off to the north and east of Star City, Jefferson, and Lincoln County hail, and can never totally rule out in these kind of storms the possibility of a tornado. And then a big bow echo, in fact, several little mini bow echoes embedded in this line. Craighead, Cross, Poinsett counties. I wouldn't be surprised here that you see some 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming across into these areas. And again, Memphis, these storms will be coming into areas near you in the next hour or two, so don't let your guard down. Keep watching the Weather Channel. Sam?
Thank you, Dr. Forbes. We have some new video in of a hailstorm in Spring, Texas, north side of Houston. And Twitter user Drew Smith says nobody expected this hailstorm. This is a heck of a line of storms moving through right now. I don't know if that's the same line that produced these ping-pong-sized hailstones, but you need a pretty good updraft to get ping-pong ball-sized hailstones, around a 60-mile-per-hour updraft or so, to carry it on up into the thunderstorm. And that is impressive, and I bet they're going to have a few dents possibly in that grill, their grill master there sitting on their back patio. But so loud as those hailstones just come plummeting down, smashing into anything metal for sure, your furniture, your grills, your patios, and your trees, and tearing up some of your fine spring flowers that are out there that have been prettying up your front yard or your backyard. But we have that line that's moving through Houston right now. It moved through Spring. Now it's moving through the center of town.
And there have been severe thunderstorm warnings on these cells all along, so there was really no reason to not expect that this was going to be coming in. These storms have been very well warned by the National Weather Service out of Houston and Galveston. And here's the latest warning. It is Harris County. That includes Baytown and Houston and Pasadena going until 8:15. So we'll drop on in, and the worst of the weather is now in a couple of places. You've got one core that's right around the I-10 corridor. That's going to be coming into Pasadena. Some large hail possible there. Notice this little line that has come out right there. That's a little outflow boundary. So that's the leading edge. That's where the wind starts right there. But then the wind gets a lot worse as you get closer to the middle of town, which we'll show you in a moment. It's also coming down to the Southwest Freeway and coming into the south side of town.
So we're talking winds in the 60-mile-per-hour range?
Absolutely, yeah. We've seen that on Doppler radar. So what we're looking at here in green is the stronger wind as Doppler sees it. We can use this not only to see tornadoes, but generally just to look at wind that's coming towards the radar. And so in all these areas in green, that's where you've got this strong wind that's getting up to 50 and in some cases 60 miles per hour now coming down across downtown, Westview, Memorial, Bel Air, down towards Meyerland, right down the Southwest Freeway, getting over into Sugarland as well, overspreading the entire metro and now taking aim on the south side of town, more towards the Gulf Freeway. There's a live look looking towards downtown. I think we're on the Southwest Freeway. This is probably coming from KPRC on the Southwest Freeway. I used to work there, and looking towards the Williams Tower, former Transco Tower, and looking towards downtown. You can see all the lightning there, and so gusty wind has been a threat. The storms are not quite as energetic as they were initially, so we had some reports of golf ball size hail north and west of town. We've not since gotten reports like that, but there's still a lot of wind in these storms, obviously, and let's go ahead and time that out. That's going to be dropping again down through the Gulf Freeway on either side of that towards the bay and down into Brazoria County. So we're talking about Pasadena coming up here in just a few minutes, LaPorte at about 8:26.
We'll be sticking with you all night and also on Weather.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, thunderstorms early, low 74. Chance of rain, 40%. Monday, heavy thunderstorms, high 88. Chance of rain, 90%. Monday night, thunderstorms early, low 73. Chance of rain, 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Our special weather coverage continues here of severe weather here on the Weather Channel. I'm Samantha Moore, and we're watching a line of severe storms working their way in through the Houston area. We've already had one confirmed EF1 tornado today in Alabama, and here are the latest in the advisories. We have tornado watches still in place here in the Carolinas. They were up first earlier today. They'll be in effect until 11 o'clock. That includes much in northern South Carolina and southern North Carolina. And then the last few hours, they issued a tornado watch for much of Arkansas, Louisiana, and the Piney Woods area of East Texas, where things have really started to erupt during the past hour or two. And we're seeing the results of that moving through Houston right now, where we do have a line of severe thunderstorms, all warned on as they move right across the center of town and all the suburbs as well.
Everybody is getting in on this, and now anywhere from Baytown and Jacinto City down across the Gulf Freeway and back out towards the Southwest Freeway. So the warning continues for Harris County until 8:15. Let's take a look at where this cell is and what it's doing. And there are a couple of areas that we're more concerned about. One is the east side here. That's more towards Jacinto City. That's where you've got some very strong wind, exceptionally heavy rain coming in. Notice the leading edge of the wind right there. That's a little outflow boundary. That's where it starts. That's now getting down to Pearland, but then it gets a lot stronger on the south side towards the Astrodome and towards 288 there. And then you've got very heavy rain and wind now dropping into Bel Air and along the Southwest Freeway. Now, I want to show you what this looks like on the high-resolution radar. This is kind of interesting because as we look here near Cloverleaf and Jacinto City, we see one of these magenta cores right there. Now, you might think when you look at that, well, that means there's very large hail. Well, we've got this thing called dual polarization, and we can look to see what the nature of the objects is, whether or not they're flatter, more like a pancake, which is what rain does, or it's more spherical. And in this case, it's red, so it's actually just very heavy rain. It's not so much hail, which is not to say that there's not any hail there. It's just not incredibly large hail there. There may be some mixing in with very heavy rain as well, but mostly what we're seeing there is really heavy rain.
It is really coming down. We just had reports in that 5,400 people are without power in the Houston area right now.
Wow, that's amazing. So that's not surprising. Here we're seeing a couple of cores of very strong wind. We're looking at velocity right now. So right in there, there's a core of strong wind near Cloverleaf. Winds getting up to 50, maybe 60 miles per hour there. Here's another